I'm Jennica.
I'm Annica.
Welcome to
Spill More Girls.
Hello
again.
everyone. I'm another year older and another year wiser.
This is your first pod, 23. No,
No.
this is your first pod, 33.
33. I just can't get over how cute it is.
It's very cutesy.
Oh, what happened on my the 33rd birthday, it was actually perfect. I looked down at my phone and it said 3:33 on my 33rd birthday, and I said, oh, how perfect! Grabbed my phone, screenshotted as soon as I clicked 3:34. So my screenshot is of 3:34. But it was like a special me moment.
I unfortunately didn't get to spend your birthday with you.
Yeah, but you had a packed. This is her busiest weekend of the year.
Yeah, so unfortunately it will fall on it every single year because it's just like the long weekend. But I kind of got you some croissants in the morning.
Oh yeah, I still had a great day.
And some gummies for you, some like little peach rings.
Yes.
What else? Roses.
And you bought my book.
And I bought your book.
Yes.
Yes, I did buy. What's it? Onyx Storm?
Don't you what's it called me? Don't you what's it called me? It's all I've talked about for the last 5 days.
Let me guess the order of what they go.
Yeah, go ahead. Wrong.
Hold on. Let me just get them all in my head first. Iron Flame, Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the order too?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not the order.
What? It's Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx and
Onyx Sun? You just said it.
I really want to say Onyx and Alabaster. I really want to say
it's a little
the
shop in
coffee
Franklin.
shop. Onyx Storm.
Yes, Onyx Storm.
How far in are you?
I'm like 3/4 of the way, and it's going down.
I hope so.
Yeah, I need to go.
So far. Oh my! Literally, I'm like, can you do this for? No, I have to read.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, perfect.
I know. I was able to secure. So there was, as far as I know, 3 editions of the book released. A standard edition, a deluxe edition, and then a Target exclusive edition. And the Target exclusive had like art in it, a little bit of a difference on the actual book and the cover, just a couple things. But I was the first person in line to get told they were officially sold out of the Target exclusive.
It was really hard to be a part of.
So let's start from that morning. So Onyx Storm was released the day after my birthday. So really the day of my birthday, I was resting. I was in nest mode to make sure that I was well rested for the excursion I was going to go on the next day. I mean, that was the best gift Rebecca Yaros could have ever given me.
And I somehow got roped into this excursion.
Well, I said,
not only did I get roped into it, I had to cancel a solid core class to go.
I said, would you go with me? And you said, yeah, I just canceled my solid core class. And I said, well, you didn't have
That's
to.
not what happened. Yeah. This is what you wanted for your birthday? This was your birthday. Like this, the 22nd might as well have been, or the 21st might as well have been your birthday.
Yes, I agree.
Because of the book. So like, if I would have said no, I would never heard none of it. It's like, it can't.
I would have had a great time because honestly, there ended up being, we'll get there. So, I wasn't too pressed about, like, I didn't, all of the, like, midnight release parties, which are kind of like 9 p.m. the night before release parties, I still looked at that 9 p.m. and I said, you know what, I just don't think, because then what am I going to get the book and I'm going to want to go home and go to sleep? Like, I just would rather, like, have fun, go on the excursion the next morning. So, that's what my plan was. I thought with the Target exclusive too, like I looked at local bookstores, a lot of them were like pre-order reserve type situations. So I have about 5 Targets within like throwing a rock and hitting distance.
And it's
from
not
us,
like me and Maddie never told her to, get a book on like Target pickup.
Well, I didn't trust the pickup situation because each Target was was handling it different as far as how they were doing the pre-order versus like people coming and standing in line. Like our Target very obviously anticipated a line standing, but not all Targets did.
Yeah, but then they might have also had a whole box of just the Target pickup ones.
I know. So there was a lot of people that got up at 3 a.m. and reserved their, because that's when you get like in release, or that's when those are released, the ones for online orders. So a lot of people did that. I just was like, I just would rather do all I can in person to just try the most. When the Taylor Swift book was released here, like it didn't, you said there wasn't even a line then.
The Taylor Swift book? I don't know. That was Black Friday.
Oh yeah. What was it that you've been to the last couple Taylor Swift releases around this area, and there's never been like a,
maybe it was 1989?
So like I did anticipate people there, But the line really
No,
was
Tortured
like
Poets.
almost wrapped around the building by the time we got there.
Yeah, nothing for Tortured Poets. Like, there was a line outside. I just walked in and got it.
Yeah. So we got there about 15 minutes early, 15 minutes before the store opened, and it was free.
It was so cold. It was
So cold. But as soon as the doors opened, they had already come out and kind of like given us pep talks and like told us that it was going to be in the bag with the books. So there was kind of an order to it.
Oh, it was a single file line.
It was the most respectable line. Like, nobody was even rushing. Like, it was just, we filed in exactly how we were lined up. Everybody went straight to the back of the store. Everybody immediately got in line, and they were like checking you out as you got your book then back there. So Annica was the one in line that kept running, because I kind of made friends with all the girls around us. We all got to chatting, and we were just all, it was so fun to be like excited, you know. It's fun to be a fangirl with other fangirls, you know. So as we're waiting in line, Annica's going back and forth counting, but people are getting more than one.
That's where the mistake in lies.
Yeah, and I think that if people would have been allowed one Target exclusive and one deluxe, like, there still wouldn't have been like people would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
But alas, like, I still understand the fairness. Like, I would have wanted to grab one from Maddie too, but I also brought another person for that reason. So, you know, it is what it is. We got to the very front of the line, and it just kept being like it looks like it's going to end right about us. It was my turn.
Right about us.
And they said, we are officially sold out of the Target exclusive. I am so glad, though, that I, like, kind of paused and said, I still think, like, even without this, I want to do this today. Like, this is what my day is going to consist of, is finding this book and starting to read it. I still think I should go ahead and get the Target exclusive, or the deluxe version while we're here, and just while I have the ability to, and I'm so glad I did, because the rest...
So then, I said, all right, so where do you want to go? There's a Super Target around 25 minutes away from us.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're going to go to the Super Target. Where we messed up right there was not getting Krispy Kreme.
Where we messed up right there was, not then eating, but we also should have started right then looking at the Target app. I didn't think it'd be updated. Yeah, I didn't think that it would be updated either. I thought it would be kind of like what ours was, because ours is kind of one of the one that we went to, the Cool Springs Target.
Yeah,
is kind of the most, I would say, busy one.
It's
around.
just like stocked well. It's very stocked well, and it's like there's never really.
They were serving hot chocolate in that line for us too. Like, it really was handled beautifully.
Yeah, and so we just really didn't know where to go next, and I think that's where we also made a mistake, is which Target we went to next.
Yeah. We chose to go to the Super Target versus maybe thinking about
the other, like, surrounding smaller Targets. And I think we might have gotten it if we would have gone to the Franklin one.
But we ended up, within the first 2 hours of Target being opened, we ended up going to 4. And the only one that I was even able to put my hands on was the one at the first store we went to. And
the deluxe.
The Franklin one had, by the time I, like, tracked somebody down, and I was like, I'm just going to ask and see. And he did go back and look. But they didn't even have deluxe at that point. They just had regular. So, but at that one, I had started forming my own line. I could see girly. You can tell who's coming to read the book. And they would beeline straight for it, like, kind of where we were standing waiting on our guy to come back. And so I'd be like, hey, if you're looking for Onyx Storm, he's checking for me. And there are regular if you're okay with regular. So I had a line formed by the time he came back. But it really was, like, it reminded me why, like, book release days or so, because Gran used to, like, check me out of school for Harry Potter days.
That's crazy.
We would go, and it wasn't a problem getting it at our little Walmart in my little town, for sure. But, like, Gran would sit outside Walmart until midnight and get it, and, like, it was a whole thing. Or when the movies were, like, it's fun being a part of something and getting to
I wonder what that'll be my first book. Like, what book I'll be wanting to stay at the...
Yeah, the anticipation for...
I just started my second book.
I know, you're
my
in a
pink
series.
One.
Yes.
I'm in the Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score.
Mm-hmm.
Knock 'Em Out is the town that they live in. And it is kind of nuts.
Like, the town is called Knock 'Em Out?
Yep.
Right.
Isn't that odd? Isn't that odd?
Yeah, but, you know.
The first time I read it, I said, I wonder how that's pronounced. And I think it's Knock 'Em Out. That's how it's spelled. Like that.
She said, I sounded it out.
Like, I did my syllables, and that's what it's, I think it's Knock 'Em Out. But I finished book 1. Incredible. I do think there could have, like, it's kind of taken, like, a crime twist.
Really?
Which is very unexpected.
Okay.
This one also was a lot smuttier than expected.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I didn't know that this was, like, one of the smut books.
So Maddie and I were reading ours together, and there is a pretty heavy scene that's about 4 pages long.
Oh my god.
And I had gotten ahead of her, and I said, listen, I won't be, because I was rereading with her again, and I said, I'm going to be skipping these pages. I'm going to go, like, upload some stuff and maybe edit a little bit when you're getting through these 4 pages, because and she said, that just shocked me so much. I would have thought that you would love, and I said, I know, but I just am not a smut reader either. How do you feel about it? Feel however you want to feel, for sure.
I was just very shocked the first time it happened. I was like, well, Colleen's like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, the scenes happen, then it's over. Lucy's score is all about the details.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to know what's happening, what color the sky is that day. Like, everything that's happening, you're going to know. So, same things applied for those scenes. But it was just, like, indifferent to me. Like, it was, I didn't skip it, but I didn't, like... It wasn't my favorite part.
I do kind of start skimming. I don't even care to, like... Because a lot of the things with my book in there, they're so intertwined that I need to know what's going on during that. But, like, I'm also, like, reading some of those words on... I mean, it's just words I never thought I'd see again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, jump scare.
Well, can I tell you what happened in my book, or is that, like, a spoiler to the girlies?
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a spoiler to the girl. We do love to keep each other updated with our book, because I'm a thriller / maybe I'll start... Maybe this is my intro into fantasy, because obviously I'm loving this, but you're definitely more of a young adult romance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which is fine. So, but we like each other's plots.
Yeah, we like each other. I like to just, like, feel like I'm in a different, like I don't want to feel like I'm in a fantasy world, and I also can't get scared, so I can't be like, I love Frida, but just, like, I can't read that to go to sleep.
Yeah.
To whereas them, I can feel like the main girl's name is Naomi. I can feel like I'm Naomi.
Yeah.
Or Waylay.
Well,
the daughter's name is Waylay, and the dog's name is Waylon. How weird is that? And
says the girl whose mom's name's Jennica and her name's Annica.
Yeah, but they're not. It wasn't her dog. Uh-huh. It was a different person's dog.
Okay. Well, weird, I mean, that's just a coincidence.
You're not understanding.
She said you don't get my books.
But it's okay.
We, Maddie and I got, like, we were reading I went back a little bit and reread some chapters, and then we got caught up together, but there were times when we needed to take breaks from the actual pages and maybe, like, cook dinner and stuff, and I had my Audible book credit for the month, and so I got Onyx Storm. And I will tell you, especially for some of the, like, pronunciations and things, it is nice to give your brain those chapters to be able to have somebody else read it to you, because I like to be able to be like, oh, that's how that is pronounced, or oh, because I do still follow along in my book for the majority of the time, but I just...
So I can never remember the first name of the book. Things We Left Behind.
I couldn't be too sure.
I've seen this book title so many times, every time I pick up this book, and I still can't remember. I had the first book of the series on Audible way before I had the actual books. And I started listening to the book on audiobook, and I could not get into it, even on my long drives, on my walks, or anything. But as soon as I got the book, I was into it so much, and I think it's because I need the voices to be how they are in my head.
Okay.
So even after I started the actual book and went back to the audiobook, because I was in, like, a really good part. I wanted to keep going, but I needed to do stuff. I was like, oh, perfect. I already have it on audiobook. I'll just keep going. Could not do it.
Yeah.
Literally could not do it. And I think it's because of the voices I need to know. Like, I need them to be what I want them to be.
Like, when I go to the library to check out books on my to be read, I like to, while I'm there, make sure it's a book that's on the shelf in stock, but also a book that I can either rent from Libby or Hoopla at that moment too, to make sure that, like, I have the option to do both. I can't do
it. I really can't. I tried so hard.
Yeah. But I prefer audiobook over music too, and you still like to have your music time
yeah
too.
I have,
like in the car. I'm still listening to books in the car.
No, my morning time is my podcast time. The daytime is my music time, and the nighttime is my book time.
Yeah. Well, it really truly was the best birthday gift that I could have ever gotten, because it wrapped it up perfectly. 33 it's exactly what I would have thought I was doing at 33, being cozy with a book and meeting my best friend and just being chill, and it was a good day. Now, tell us about prom kickoff season, because
oh my god,
I also myself am a, like, Southern pageant girl that has been to a prom dress or two, a store or two, and, like, I have done the dresser, and y'all take it to another level.
I was really stressed. I'm not gonna lie. Leah.
That was wild.
Leah looked at me. We went to lunch or dinner Tuesday or Sunday morning, whatever day it was, and she was like, I've been like really concerned about you. She was like, you were like not you the past couple of days because you were so stressed. And I was literally just so stressed because we've never had that many people, ever. We had so we have 14 fitting rooms in Glamour. We have appointment slots every 90 minutes throughout the time we're open. So I think it's like 5 or 6 appointment slots. And then there's 14 available because there's 14 rooms. Every single one for the entire day was filled up. There was not 1 second that there wasn't not an appointment scheduled. And then also there was people walking in. So it was just absolute chaos.
But that is when you thrive.
Oh my gosh, the summer season at Glamour is like scrubbing toilets every single day. Slow. It's just, but I stay because this is my favorite. Like that weekend, I remember last year, I was like, for one season in, it was my first prom season going into, I didn't know what to expect. Like I was still new. And I remember after that weekend thinking like, wow, that was incredible. And so I was just kept looking back forward to it for this year. And now I'm like even more involved with planning it and all this kind of stuff. And it was just incredible.
Well, I mean, Prom Kick-Off Weekend is like a thing for dress stores, and like we're talking charm bar bracelets, we're talking sketch artists, we're talking DJs, we're talking like
it's a big deal.
I knew to stay because this is the year last year that Maddie and I were in New York, and so I wasn't even here last year, but I knew every time we talked to you at 8 or 9 p.m. by that night, we knew you were drained. So I knew to stay away from this store. I was like, I knew to pack you plenty of snacks, make sure you're good, and I'll see you probably at 8 p.m. And I needed to switch our cars. And I was like, I'll send her a text so she knows whenever she does look at her phone, so there's not her car's gone out in the parking lot. So I texted her what was going on, what I was going to do, what the plan was. But I had all the intentions of like getting in there, going to her bag, switching out the keys, like waving to who I needed to, and leaving. I couldn't find a parking spot. I couldn't find a parking spot.
We literally have never been this busy. I think it's us being here a little bit longer. I think it's our social media presence now. Like, we cannot keep dresses on the racks. We cannot have, like, we don't have, we could have 28 fitting rooms at this point, and there would still be a waiting queue. You have to scan our QR code when you walk in the door to get a queue for a fitting room.
I was like looping around the parking lot thinking like, I don't mind to be looping. I don't have anywhere that I really need to be, so it's fine. And then I was like, I'm just going to have to go to a different parking lot. Like, I am just genuinely going to have to go to a different parking lot. And so when I walked in, it was Girly Pop Central.
So many people.
And
have you ever thought that Glamour could hold that many people?
It was, no, and it sounded like a concert, you know, like that,
like the noise and
level,
just like the noise level. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, it just...
And all girl voices, and it was fun. Everybody was in good moods and fun.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, people are literally trying on beautiful dresses. But I peeked around to see if I could see her in the dressing room. I couldn't even see in the dressing room to see. I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna slowly back away and get out of here. And it was
insane.
I feel like you still are kind of just now getting your rest
back,
from it.
but like also still stressed because and no one's stressed except for me because I just can't. I love the store so much, and also I'm like knowing what dresses we're getting in, and it's dresses people keep showing me and asking me if we have it in store, so that just makes me like anxious, and I'm like, I wish we had them right now.
Yeah.
But I always tell people to come back, but we have another big weekend coming up because we're doing a trunk show.
Ooh, well, that's fun. Where you have like a designer coming in.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Presley, but the big weekend is over. And it was great. It was so successful. It was way better than we did last year. Sold the most amount of dresses we ever have. I sold 15 on Saturday, 10 on Sunday, 15 on Monday. I'm pretty across the board with my like last year. My best sell was 15 too. Like it's always I've yet to hit 16. It's always usually 15 on the 10 to 6 hour days.
Out of all of the stuff that you do at Glamour, because you do like you love dipping your toes in all of it. What do you like the most? Do you like selling dresses the most?
I it sounds really bad. I like selling dresses on Saturdays, but during, like, weekdays, I don't. Like, during weekdays, it's my, like, socials time. It's my, like, but Saturdays, I'm not leaving the fitting room.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not checking anyone out. I'm not leaving the fitting room, because then also, we do a lot of ordering, so then people come to me to ask if we can order.
Yeah.
So if it's not the right size or anything, they'll come to me, so I need to be back there hands-on, no matter if I have a person back there or not. But during the weekday, my favorite part is definitely ordering, like, our inventory.
Yeah.
I love picking out the dresses we get.
Yeah.
And it's, like, a fun guessing game of, like, who's going to like this and what size do we need to get and what color should we get.
Does it feel good when, like, you picked one out specifically and then it flies off the shelf?
Oh, my God.
You're like, am I a trendsetter?
No, literally we had we were doing an order on Sunday morning before we opened, and there was one that I liked, but my boss was like, I don't know if it would sell well, and I was like, no, I think the print and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That day we had someone come in and show us the picture, and I was like, girl, it's coming, and I told her this morning that it should come, and that's why I feel really good.
Yeah.
But I love ordering, and I also love being in the fitting rooms.
Yeah. Well, good. Okay. Next up, you know what else we've all been through since the last episode? We have been through it with the TikTok ban of it all.
The ban of it all.
And, 170 million people having to hard stop basically a drug that we're all taking every day. And then getting it back immediately.
My questions start, why was it at 7 p.m. that it got taken away?
I had just gotten, because one of my close friends was in town from Miami that I never get to see, and, like, I was with her all day. I got home, we said our goodnights as she was downloading her stuff. I opened my laptop to start downloading stuff. It was like I was ready to lock in.
It was at, like, 7:30.
And it was gone. It was gone.
Why? What?
And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm never going to see a recipe that I saved ever again.
It was just such weird timing. And then I didn't even know. So it went away on Friday night? Yeah. No, Sunday.
No, Sunday, yeah.
Sunday night. I woke up Monday.
No, Saturday. It was Saturday. Because it was Saturday.
I think it was Sunday. Because it was the end of the week.
Maybe. Who knows?
I think it was Sunday. And so Sunday night it got shut down, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I went into work Monday. We were opening at 10 because it was a long weekend. And I was just, like, getting on with my day. Halfway through the day, I have someone be like, hey, stop scrolling on TikTok, change dresses to their daughter. I'm like, well, she couldn't be trying to make it a little funny, like, mom joke. And they were like, no, it's back. And I said,
huh?
What? I had no idea. Literally a customer told me.
I didn't believe the first few. I thought it was people that just, theirs hadn't gone away yet. So the first few times I saw people saying it was back, I was like, you wish.
Sure.
You wish.
No, yeah, literally a customer was like, it's back. And I pulled my phone out and opened it, and it said, welcome back. And I was like, incredible news, guys. Incredible news.
I missed it so much.
I missed it. I opened the tab too many times.
We got up the next morning, and I went to make us breakfast, and I said, I don't know how to find a biscuit recipe. And we didn't have biscuits. I was like, I don't know how to even cook without this. It's just truly
she said, where do I go, Pinterest?
I said, but I need the visual of it all. Like, I know I love YouTube, and YouTube's where I used to go, but sometimes I don't need to watch a 7-minute video to know, like, what I can know in 30 seconds. That's awful to say, but,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And it's so nice. And I had everything so organized. And I had all my sourdough recipes organized from my baking recipes, organized from my air fryer recipes. And I
will say,
I need to get on organizing it now.
I did read a lot that night. Night. But other than that, I missed it greatly.
Yeah. Maybe it was a wake-up call for everybody. Like, yeah, we have taken this too far, and it is. We love it too much, but it genuinely is just makes society better.
Yeah.
And that's a hill that I'm willing to die on. Okay. So out of all of the TikTok trends and all of the...
There's one and one only answer.
What?
Say your top TikTok moment ever.
Oh, okay.
On 3, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Show me to me, please. Send it to me, please.
That is the only answer.
Yeah, obviously that. I mean, show me to me. I don't know the last time I've said,
show it to
can
me.
I see that?
No, it's show me to me. It's an incredible sentence.
Yeah,
it's an incredible sentence.
Okay, I'm glad we agree on that. No, but because this started as Musical.ly.
I never had Musical.ly.
Which is kind of like, but you were one of those.
I did have Vine though.
Gen Zs that's what I was just about to say. You're one of those Gen Zs that was with millennials all the time, so you kind of have elder.
I went from
Gen
Vine
Z
to
traits.
TikTok. I didn't download TikTok for like a year and a half when it first opened.
Yeah. Well, you weren't super dancery.
No, I was too afraid of people making fun of me.
Yeah, so you were like comfortable with what Musical.ly was once it became also like, okay, you don't just have to dance.
Yeah, and also when it was like vlog clips.
Yeah.
That's what I was, or like Sadie Crowell, David Doe, like those are what I was watching on TikTok is really what I was watching on YouTube. Or like Riverdale edits. Like that's what I was going
Your Riverdale phase?
Scary.
Your Riverdale phase.
There was this is a terrible thing to say.
What?
There was, and I don't feel like this anymore.
Did y'all hear this? And I don't feel like this anymore.
There was a time that I cared more about Riverdale than I did Taylor Swift.
No, I don't think y'all understand when we're getting embarrassed right now talking about her. Look, this is us right now. We have the embarrassment emoji. Emoji from Inside Out.
No, emotion.
And I was an enabler of letting you take it too far. I mean, anything that had Riverdale on it, anything that was blue and gold, you had.
Yeah, I learned the River Vixen tryout dance.
I bought the outfit.
That was it for Halloween.
Yeah, I bought the Riverdale outfit for you. You had the eyeshadow palette. You had a mug. You had a notebook. You had a lunchbox. Like,
and for what? What was I watching?
You loved Archie so much.
I loved Cheryl. Like,
and
I loved it. I loved it. I don't know if I've loved anything more than that since. No, I loved it.
It really did take over.
It was my personality.
Yeah, and I was like...
I watched it in school.
And you know what? That was the age where people your age were starting to act
the soundtrack on the bus.
Stuff like that. And so I was just so happy that you still had... Again, the fangirl in me was like, yeah, this is what makes her happy. And so we were all in for Riverdale for...
I literally would sit on the bus with, like, looking out the window with my headphones in, listening to the Riverdale soundtrack. And when I Did Something Bad first came out...
Oh, she's still not over this? Did you, like, who'd you email? Because I know that you probably were emailing the CW.
When I heard it, I said, if this is not in Riverdale season 3... And
Mom.
I had I don't remember now, but, like, I had the scene in my head of, like, what it was supposed to be. And I was like, I'm going to stop watching if this song is not in season 3. Spoiler, Taylor Swift doesn't give about Riverdale. And it was not in season 3.
She was
living.
You were
every time the song started coming on, I was like, oh.
Is it? Because you just knew it was going to be, and it just simply was. And for, years. Still, she'll be like, remember when I thought that was going to be Riverdale? And it takes us both back.
Yeah, I was really down bad. How did we get here?
I mean, the amount of times that I watched you perform in our living room.
The dance that I was doing was a little insane.
Yeah, it was a lot insane.
It was a lot
And
insane.
I was literally Regina George mom going.
Yeah.
In the corners, just filming you, literally.
It was... It's the only thing I think I've ever been, engulfed by.
Well, when we were looking back at your TikTok history as you were going through what you wanted to save, you did do your little dancey dance every now and then.
Next question. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And you know what we all needed as a nation together? We needed Charlie D'Amelio and Addison Rae.
I was just about to say. Yeah.
And look at all they've both done for us.
I need a bad bleep. Addison Rae, little shoddy. Do you know
Okay, this is where our age difference.
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about, but that's just not what comes to mind when I
think of Addison Rae.
Yeah.
What does?
Aquamarine and Diet Pepsi. Like, she's graduated in my brain. Like, she is.
No.
She is.
She is the baddest.
Exactly.
Little shoddy.
Exactly. But with Charlie, I do. Let me in, please. I love those girls.
Why can I not cry? I think it's something about sitting here.
Maybe I'm telling you, my eyes are really sensitive to the sun, and yours might be too. Oh, sorry, guys. Annica, what do you need? Do you need my sleeve?
No.
She's crying again.
I think it is maybe the brightness and just like there's so many lights and like reflections from the cameras.
I wouldn't say there's that many reflections from the cameras, but I would say you do have blue eyes, and it is bright outside. Like
I'm not.
And you never wear sunglasses.
No, I don't.
Ever. Which also, let me just be a mom real quick and tell all y'all why I'm telling her.
Oh my God.
We should be wearing blue light glasses more. It does make a difference for somebody that's worked
I need to get mine fixed.
Yeah, we need to be wearing. I was on the phone with Maddie the other day. I said, Maddie, I called her on her lunch break. I said, how long have you been sitting in front of the screen without glasses? Put your blue light glasses on. I know they're in that drawer. I talk about her every single episode.
Yeah, but honestly, I'll sit in the back. Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm thankful personally for the D'Amelio sisters, and honestly, Dixie D'Amelio is how I figured out about PMDD.
I have to think of who was my fave in the beginning stages of TikTok.
I'm going to talk about some of my current faves, and I don't even have this is no notes. This is how passionate I am about this. There's
pause.
Okay,
I have mine. The like transition of like the flickering lights or like the color change in LEDs.
Yeah, Miss Reagan 777.
Yes,
that's
like those
the transitions.
Those type. I made one time
when you had to be filming them in the TikTok app. Yeah.
I made one time. I wasn't allowed to post it. You wouldn't let me.
Yeah, probably because you were.
Because I was like, I know why. I remember the reason.
Tell the class.
Silence.
Tell the class.
I don't want to tell the class.
Yeah.
I had little like pointer guns, and you were like.
Oh my gosh. A finger gun for real? In 2025? Put that down.
See, that's the exact same reaction you had 5 years ago, and you wouldn't let me do it. You wouldn't let
Good on me. Good on me. Finger gun. I'd rather you just flip the camera off.
That's what you said.
Is this exactly what I said? Well, at least one thing, I'm consistent.
And then I made one without doing the guns, and I posted that one.
Yeah, see, exactly. I had no problem with that. And I probably liked it.
Probably.
We truly owe a lot of our flowers to TikTok because, and give even more of our flowers to Sadie Crowell. You loved, like, that was, I feel like, one of your first teenager girls that you were watching and really, like, loved. Yeah. And I always, whatever she was watching, whether it was Wizards of Waverly Place or Jake Paul, like, I was watching with her. And I asked her finally, I was like, how did you find Sadie? Because as soon as you found her videos, you watched, and she posted all the time, so you always had something coming. And you were like, oh, wow, she posts her clips of her YouTube videos on TikTok. And I was like, oh, I could do that. Idea. And we had just made our viral video, and I took one little 60-second clip from that video and put it on TikTok. And truly, I think because of that going viral on TikTok and then so many people then going to our YouTube video from that's what, because that video was on YouTube when it went viral on TikTok. So the TikTok algorithm just is the best algorithm on earth. I have been on Instagram since 2012, and I still look at stuff on my For You page, and I'm like, what does that have anything to do with me? Yeah.
Well, I need to think of more things of beginning of TikTok because this is grand.
Well,
I didn't have time to do this before I left. I was too busy working. Like, I haven't been able to sit down and think about this.
Some of my favorite accounts, okay? They just need, this is, if you're a TikTok lover like me, please go follow these people if you don't already. One of my favorite accounts, Miss Spooky Lake Month, her name is Geo, and then the account is GeoDesaurus. Geosaurus, something, okay? And she, every October, for all 31 days of October, she posts a different body of water that just has the spookiest vibes, whether it's like, It's all, and this October she was able to go to some of the spooky lakes, and it's just she wrote a book about the spooky lakes. Like, I love her account so much. And then also we have Shop Cats. Let me just double check that that's the... Yes, it's called Shop Cat Show, and it is this girl that goes around to different bodegas in New York and Brooklyn, and she interviews the different bodega cats.
Incredible.
And it is 11 out of 10. I mean, every single one, once I'm scrolling and I hit one of and I hear her say, "We've got a juicy bodega cat," I say, my show is on.
I'm done.
Yeah.
My girl that I would like to shout out.
Mm-hmm. Do I know who you're going to say?
You do. Miss Bookby Danny. I don't really watch people's live. Like, it's not something that I ever, even with, like, Jake Paul, like, I never watched anything lives or anything. But when Eras Tour was around, and the whole Eras Tour live on TikTok phenomenon was probably one of the best TikTok
that
in history.
That is. Eras Tour, I think, was able to even become what it was because of TikTok too.
And, like,
and it would have always been great.
And
but
the communities that it made with, like, the fan page, so many incredible things.
Yes.
So, one day I was going to look for a live of a show, and hers popped up. But usually with ones that talk, I don't stay. But hers had the best view, and she was talking. We were talking through everything. Other things were happening on other platforms, like what celebrities were there. She would update us, but not when songs were going. She was great. So I kept going back to her when it was time for the lives. And then I was like, wait, I kind of love her content. She's all about, like, books and cooking and,
Let
like,
me
baking.
pause for the people that aren't Swifties, are not Swiftie adjacent as I am. There, with the Eras Tour, there were girls that would go live from the concert every night. Watching the concert live from wherever it was very important, because every show did have the surprise songs and did have different elements that, like, were surprise elements for every single show. And with Taylor Swift having so many Swift, there was a whole huge group of people that wanted to be watching it also live that there was no way for them to always be in whatever city or etc.
So she was my girl, and I started just following her, and she did, like, all of the, like, trivia. She was just great. So Miss Danny, I think it's Book B-E-E Danny.
We love her.
Yeah,
we love her.
She's great.
Another one that I love.
Thank you.
Another TikToker specifically that I found, and he's made his way over to YouTube now, but Blake Silva, my Disney creator, yes, he loves the, like, mystery plush pins, and I found myself getting so excited about his content, and now, like, I look forward to it.
Yeah,
I love, and that's just, like, not something that I'm not even a Disney pin collector, or, like, but his content is so fun. We collect other things. I'm a minis collector. There are definitely common grounds there for sure, but everything he does is so, like, fun to watch.
Should we start doing the emotions like you said every episode?
Yeah, we had Annica, so we sit in the car and we have this podcast, which at the end of the day, what are we going to do next? Because obviously this was, like, our fun little, like...
Yeah, we've run into
like sometimes we can't do this.
Imperfections with this. If we have to film at night, we don't know what we're going to do yet. Yeah. And also, it's like raining. Frigid right now, so we're kind of, like, having blankets.
What are we going to do when it's hot?
What are we going to do when it's hot?
That's not going to be able to be a thing. Like, we're going to have to figure this out before summer.
And if it's raining.
But no, like, I just can't see us sitting anywhere and talking. So if y'all can, let us know. Okay, but we were saying, we sit here in the car and we have these emotions, and as we're driving, we refer to these emotions
a lot,
all the time. So we could say that we have, like, an emotion of the episode.
I mean,
what are you thinking? You had a little bit of embarrassment. I
had a little bit of... Wait, where'd he go? He's gone. I was just realizing that there was two mixing. Anxiety and embarrassment are both up there.
Where did I put him?
It's not a funny joke. That's not a funny joke. I think we might need to stop and find him.
No, we won't. Okay, let me just...
I worked really hard to get him.
Here he is. Found him.
I'm going to be honest, and I'm only going to say what I can, but I'm a little bit angry today.
Why are you angry today? Are you not exhausted?
No, I'm not. I'm a little bit angry today because we just have some competition in my work field.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of competition in our work field, and it's making me angry today. And that's all I can say, unfortunately.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is, but I am him.
Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
Sure.
To you.
To you, not to me.
To you. Okay, so what am I?
Don't forget about this guy.
Well, I'm getting to the point. I will say that what Rebecca Yarros likes to do, which she is the author of the Fourth Wing series, she likes to leave the last page and that last sentence to be the big old gotcha of it all. And with there not being anything just too wild that's happened, like I feel like bad things are about
a lot of
gonna
her like interviews of like book releases have come up on my For You page, and she said the last sentence of the next book.
She hasn't written the next book, so that's probably this. Did you just fucking give something away?
No, it's the next one. It's the next one.
I'm staying off Instagram and TikTok to avoid spoilers.
It's the next
You're not
one.
allowed to speak to me.
It's the next
Annica,
one.
she just said that she's only started working on the playlist to write. She's not even started writing the next one yet.
I think she has.
No, You're saying you know more than me?
Yeah.
Wrong. Wrong. Annica?
Why would she give a spoiler to the current book at a book release part for the ending of this book? It's definitely the next one.
She said, I think that you're just mincing. I think that you need to understand what she's saying before you start to spout off facts. Because I think that we might have watched the same thing and that's not what she said. No.
Yes, that's what I heard from her mouth.
I can't with you right now. So maybe I'll take anger. Maybe I'll take anger. No, I have been really, because Madison, the last, like, the big gotcha of Iron Flame, it was spoiled for Madison because she was trying to look up something totally not related, and when she Googled it, that was the first thing that popped up, and she was like, are you actually kidding me? So she's been on, like, Major High Alert, and I was like, you know what? I need to be on Major High Alert, too, because I did see one person's story be like, oh, the ending, and I said, oh, I can't, I need to, because I'm already, like, I'm going to immediately reread this too. Because it's one of those that I need to, now I'm just like, it's fun reading it this first time and I'm like understanding what's happening. But then for a reread, I'll like really be able to be like, oh, I should have paid attention. That sentence was more important than I thought it was going to be, you know?
Yeah.
You lost interest in that, what I was saying about 30 seconds ago, and I saw it dwindle from your eyes. And I chose to keep speaking to see if I'd get you back. And I never got you back.
No.
See ya. Well, what else do you want to talk about? Take it away.
You were a little bit of envy yesterday when you couldn't get your
Target exclusive.
Yeah. You never said what emotion you are. You started talking about Maddie again.
Can you tell I'm obsessed with my... Okay, wait. So I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I get the two blue girls confused. One of them's Envy.
Blue girls? There's one blue.
Well, that one's kind of blue.
That's teal. I work at a
Which
dress
is
store.
a blue green.
No.
Yeah.
It's a blue green.
Teal's a blue green. We can agree there, but blue isn't that.
But when you put blue next to that,
can you just tell me who they are?
Inu, fear.
No.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what two fingers.
The two blue girls.
Sadness and envy.
Who's Sadness? Her?
No.
That's Sadness? Blue?
The blue, yes. She's blue.
Yeah. I need to honestly become more familiar with her and allow myself
Yeah.
to sit with her sometimes.
The one that's laying down on my...
Oh,
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put some respect on her name. Who's she?
Sadness and who's this? Envy?
Yes.
Okay. Honestly, it could have been a little combination of the two of them with me not getting, like... I figured...
But what do you feel right now?
Right now?
I think...
I really did go somewhere and start thinking that. What do I feel? I really feel like some excitement to finish my book. Yeah, probably joy. Yeah, maybe joy. I'm happy to be 33, and I'm happy that I have a new book, and I'm happy that I haven't finished it yet, even though I want. Like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in life right at this moment.
Some might say you're perfect.
I feel everything feels perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. That is one thing that I also do, that when sadness will creep in a little bit, when I'm like, oh wait, this is my peak. This is peak for me. Like, I love everything, and I love our home. I love our animals. I love our dynamic. Like, everything right now does feel perfect. Like it just, like, I know that I'm relishing it and I'm loving it every single day, and I'm so thankful for it. And this is what I've worked so hard, but I do know that, like, this chapter will also end too. So sometimes I do have a little bit of anxiety about that. But
just a little bit about you.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm just. I don't know right now.
I heard it from over here, honestly.
I just bit my tongue. That hurt really bad.
Yeah, you're going to have, it's going to be sore.
So yeah, I'd say I'm definitely anger, but I'm also joy because it's prom season.
Yeah.
I wish I could find out something else besides prom season to call it, because then when I call it prom season to, like, adults, they're like, prom? Like,
it's like your busy season.
Yeah. What should I call it?
Rush season?
Then we have rush.
Then there's actual rush. Yeah. And then you are catering for that audience as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, any final TikTok trends that what was your final, like, if it really got taken away, now I don't trust any, I mean, I don't.
No.
It's
never trust.
And guess what? If it does get gone, we're like, well, we went without it for 14 hours, it'll be fine again. Like, but I kind of did love the collective crash out.
Yeah, no. It made us more of a community.
And it was all valid.
All valid.
All valid. All the tears, all the frustration, all the, everything was valid.
Yeah.
All the people the only thing that wasn't valid is the people that didn't understand.
Yeah. Get lost. No, I don't think I have any last trends.
What was your favorite thing you learned? You know what, I guess my favorite takeaway that I learned from TikTok? Heatless mother curlers. If I would have known about being able to do sock buns, heatless things with my hair overnight and wake up the next morning and it was just done beautifully. Have I lost you again?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what. I don't know.
I mean, heatless curls has changed my life. And honestly, let's give the credit where credit's due. Sourdough.
Sourdough for sure.
Sourdough got its having its moment from, I think, TikTok's help.
I don't think I ever would have done sauna or cold plunge without TikTok.
Okay, yeah, that's
good
ones.
And
you love both.
I love both.
Yeah.
Dearly. I probably,
if someone asked me
would have
right now,
felt a little bit more like a weird kid if TikTok wouldn't have been around when I went homeschooled.
Oh.
I feel like the stigma kind of went away with TikTok of, like, homeschool people.
I think it was also just, like, after 2020, like, it really did change a lot. Like, it did just.
I've definitely found, like, the people that I got a lot of my recommendations for online school from TikTok, and it made me feel a lot more confident in my decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget.
We've both been sauna girlies lately. We just honestly, for life, since we've moved to this apartment and had that access, we love the sauna. But if someone asked me right now what benefits to the sauna, I've read them 100 times. I've looked at them 100 times, and I've been like, yeah, I need that. But I couldn't tell you right now one thing that it.
It reduces stress.
But it does. I mean, and let me tell you, you go in that little cocoon, and even as somebody that does not like being hot,
it's a different.
If you go in there with, like, expectations of, like, what it is, and knowing you're going to be kind of just, and getting that breathing rhythm down, like, it really is.
I think the cold plunge, one of the biggest things is that it focuses you in on your breathing.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the only times during the day where I'm like focusing on it, rather than just, like, doing it by default.
Yeah.
And deep breaths are good for you, too.
I do appreciate a sauna, but again.
Should we take a deep breath together?
Yeah, actually, all of us. Yeah. Ready? And you go in through your nose, out through your mouth.
Ready?
Oh, that felt great, everybody.
Yeah. It was very soothing.
Nice. I feel like I could take on the world now.
Do you immediate head?
I was relaxed. I mean, having a child, you literally can't relax. You can't relax. When I was at Maddie's, Annica called me at least 45 times, and I was like, this is just... And I didn't react at all. It's normal. I want you to call me 45 times.
She kept telling me to get off the phone.
I wasn't telling you to get off the phone. We were just actively listening to my book. So, like, you were just trying to chill with us. And we were both just like...
I'll keep that in mind.
No, Annica, that's not what I'm even saying.
Keep that in mind next time I'm at a sleepover and you're on updates.
LOL. You know that's not even a joke. That's not how this works. We're not even going to get into this because we don't know. We're still testing the waters of how we're going to function with you as an adult and me parenting you that way. Well, I mean, yeah, like, because at the end of the day, you are 18, but also we do, you know, live together, and there has to be a level of respect.
Yeah. Well, not because we live together, because you're my mom.
Well, that's also implied.
Yeah.
Implied. Okay, so we did say that we would get comfy, because we do need to settle in for this one.
Okay, hold on.
Wait.
You'll yell at me from the bottom of the mic's moving, so I'm trying to readjust myself.
Okay. We loved the advice little segment last time, and we did have a couple questions left over from that. So now feel free to please DM us on our Spillmore Girls Instagram account. And here's the next one we have. This one says, my boyfriend is moving away for a few months due to his job traveling, and I'm really sad, but I'm hoping to use the time apart as a way to fall in love with self-care and loving my life and alone time. Which, first and foremost, that you have that mindset already. That's a great place to be. Please share any tips and advice you might have on this and how to find hobbies or ways of self-care. I love watching you girls and have been a follower for a long time. I truly feel like we could be friends if we lived closer.
Okay. I feel like I can help a lot with this one.
Okay, take it away.
Because obviously we've lived together for 18 years, but I have recently come to the conclusion where just like little even weekend breaks are really good for me, even just like learning to be by myself, because I never have been by myself. So like anytime you go away for the weekend, or like if you go visit Marley or anything like that, I really kind of look forward to those days by myself to kind of see how I would function just if I was living by myself. Like a lot of people now are living in dorms or in sorority houses, completely having to take care of their own self. So I kind of look forward to those days of just like doing my own routine as if it was just solo living. And I just love going to the grocery store and just like thinking, I don't know, something about it I really love.
It's even just stuff like going to the grocery store is putting that little bit of effort into it. Like maybe just, okay, you do have extra time to spend at the grocery store today. Let's see if there's a cute little checklist on Pinterest, or like just see if there's little recipes that I want to get inspo for, and actually have a little bit more intentional shopping. When you get there, wear your headphones and like go down every aisle and really, you know, take even just something like the grocery store.
And then when you get home, you can keep your headphones on because you don't have to talk to anybody, and you just keep the roll going. And it's sad because like when I go to bed, I'm like, oh, I miss mom. But then when I'm during the day, when I'm like busy and like I'm getting to do all of like my groove stuff and like working everywhere, like I really do. I think that if you're going into it with such a positive mindset and you kind of like think of a routine that you want to stick yourself to, it's always so beneficial to me.
And there's gonna, even if you live in a small town, one of the towns by you or something, there's gonna be somebody that has TikTok or YouTube or Instagram vlogged a little day, or there's a cute little coffee shop or somewhere that you've not been to close to you. You really can find inspiration from, like, but when I first started watching YouTube as like not her mom, as watching it for, I think this is stuff that could help me, I would search Nashville day in my life because I knew that those were like places I might recognize and things. So you might get inspiration. I pull so much of my like inspiration for even what I want to do locally from YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And
I think that you're gonna thrive though.
How would you
to the girly
suggest finding like trying out because it's not realistic to try out every single hobby that you want? Like how would you?
Well, I feel like I did that with ClassPass.
Yeah.
Just kind of getting out there a little bit more, and like that way you go to different areas, and then you can go to different coffee shops after that, and like. I personally love little drives, so anytime I can do a 15-minute drive and then also do a workout class, like both of those separately heal me in different ways and really like get myself back together. But yeah, I love like a ClassPass, or even if you want to start a book and go through a book series or a TV series. That's one of my top recommendations.
Yeah.
If I know I'm looking forward to watching all of Gossip Girl while you're gone, perfect.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of different little hobbies that you can pick. I like a hobby that's with an instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know you've been wanting to, or maybe thinking about getting into needlepoint, or what's the other type of sewing?
Needlepoint.
Is that also needlepoint with the thing that you have at home?
That's like beadwork needlepoint.
Beadwork too? Yeah, like just like stuff like that, where I like to, those are like projects that you would work on each time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to like do it and have like my candles. All I have to do is wait for those to settle, and they're instantly there. My scrapbook, as soon as I'm done with the page, it's
maybe
done
scrapbook with like pictures of y'all.
Yeah.
And like different year if y'all been together for that long.
Yeah, I love my scrapbook.
When you're apart, you can have different, like, keep reliving the memories, and then when he comes back, it's like a nice little thing to come back to.
Yeah, another, like, back around to TikTok, I've loved watching people junk journal, and I feel like with my scrapbooks, I should bring more of my, like, quote-unquote junk in with it. Like, I did save some of our little tickets from Italy.
I have every ticket. Like, I have everything we've ever done.
But I don't think to save, like, little hotel napkins with the logo. That would be so cute to put in my scrapbooks.
I have some from literally DC the first time we went.
Yeah, so maybe think of stuff like that when you are thinking about hobbies. Like, are you going to want something that you look at? Are you going to want something that you've drawn? Are you going to want something that you can use? Like, I know a lot of people do, like, air clay and pottery and things like that. So there's a plethora of things that are, like, going to be affordable to start out and make sure that you like before you commit. But it is fun. And I really, honestly, my takeaway from that is if you're already in a positive headspace of like, how can I make
the best version of myself.
That is the best mindset to be in, and honestly that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
So you've done the work already. So, wow, what a fun episode. Sorry we didn't have an episode last week, you guys.
We tried
we really tried,
best, but like I said, everyone around me knew I was not the best version of myself, and then just scheduling,
we just didn't want to rush anything out, and we knew we'd have plenty to talk about this next week, with it being my birthday and then prom kick and all of the stuff. So we hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you, and we hope you had a wonderful week.
Yes.
Compliment someone today.
And we will spill more next Thursday. Love ya.
Bye.